Vic XL. I love Ridin Durty radio.
Ridin Durty.
Yo. Let's go! Vic XL! And just like that, once again, it's on.
And just like that, once again, it's on. What's up, world? It's your boy, Vic XL. Let me clear my throat. It's your boy, Vic XL, and this is the Ridin Durty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life, bringing you what's next right now. This right, the platform for artists, entertainers, authors, movers and shakers, people who are out there definitely doing their thing. This is the platform for you. If you got a story to tell, then let the Ridin Durty Show assist you in telling your story. Gotta say one time for all the streaming networks that replay the Ridin Durty Show, from Blogtalk to iTunes to Stitcher to Spreaker to Podomatic to Buzzsprout, all the platforms out there that replay the Ridin Durty radio show. I definitely appreciate the staff and the people who make that possible. Also, gotta say one time for everybody in Facebook Live, you guys jump on faster than me, man. It's almost like y'all got a Ridin Durty clock in your head, and you know when I'm about to broadcast, and I definitely appreciate that. One thing I want to always remind everyone is make sure you follow me on Facebook at Ridin Durty Radio, Instagram and Twitter at Ridin Durty Radio. And if you're not sure how to spell it, the spelling is RIDINDURTY Alright, let me let you know about our amazing sponsors. Gotta say one time for Dr. Juice Cleanse. Dr. Juice Cleanse is an all-natural cleanser that does all kind of amazing things for your body, like slow down the aging process, helps eliminate stress. It can help you lose up to 25 pounds in 10 days. It also helps provide balanced pH systems for your body, as well as remove mucus and toxins from your body. I also got to say one time to our amazing sponsor, WMR Music Group. WMR Music Group, they are a marketing, publishing, and publicity company that can help get your music career to the next level. If you're an artist out there and you're looking for more exposure, whether it's having your videos posted on major networks, television stations, or blogs, if you're an artist trying to get your music in the hands of radio DJs, club DJs, or just trend-setting DJs, or if you're trying to get your interview game up, WMR Music Group, they're just the company for you to help advance your career. So look, do me a favor by visiting WMRmedia.com, find out about their 6-week artist program, and let them know you heard about them on the Ridin Durty Show, and receive a sizable discount. And the same thing goes for Dr. Juice Cleanse. You can reach them at www.drjuicecleanse.com. Ask them more about the product, order, and receive a discount by mentioning the Ridin Durty Show. All right, so definitely got to say, before I bring my guest on, I got to say one time for everybody who's been supporting. We just launched a brand new show on Facebook Live. Only it's called The Duel. It's a daily song battle. Comes to you Monday through Friday. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you visit the Ridin Durty Radio Facebook page and vote on The Duel and let us know what's the song of the day and who shall come back tomorrow. Okay, that's great. All right, today is December the 6th. I got a few birthdays I got to let you guys know about. Definitely got to say happy birthday to, my man last year definitely took the world by storm. He's kind of a new rapper. I've been heard about him for the past 3 or 4 years, actually since he was 19. But I got to say happy birthday to my man A Boogie with the hoodie, representing New York. He turns 23 years old today. Also got to say happy birthday to one of the hottest NBA basketball players. I cannot say his last name, so I'm just going to say Giannis, the Greek freak of the Milwaukee Bucks. He turns 24 years old today. Definitely got to say happy birthday to him. Also got to say happy birthday to Chicago rapper F. BG Duck. He turns 25 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to NFL hopeful. I'm definitely not going to say NFL great. My man Johnny Manziel. Last we heard of him, he was in the CFL. I'm not even sure if he's still in the CFL doing his thing. But happy birthday to Johnny Manziel. He turns 26 years old today. And as I stroll over here on Facebook, let me holler at some of my people. Gotta say happy birthday to my man Yo Cannon. He's definitely been doing this thing on the independent scene for a while. Got dope lyrics, make beats. Definitely doing his thing. He's also holding it down over at Guitar Center. Definitely happy birthday to my man Yo Cannon. Also gotta say happy birthday to my man AG La Familia Green. Definitely doing his thing on the independent scene. And last, I gotta say happy birthday to my man Mike Flo, who is also very, very talented MC representing the ATL. Alright, if you know any of these people I aforementioned, definitely let them know you heard it was their birthday on the Ridin Durty show. And, just let them know, have an awesome day. And just enjoy the day and live it to the fullest. Alright? Alright. So, as I keep it moving, I announced yesterday that Cardi B and Offset of the Migos have officially announced their split. Well, it seems like one of Offset's mistresses has delivered a very tearful, heartfelt message to Cardi B, which makes very little sense to me. I don't know, man. The internet is crazy. All kind of stories make the internet, and hey, man, all I do is report what I hear. But yes, Cardi B and Offset has called it splits. All right. Hopefully this is a breakthrough. Louisiana artist Young Greatness, who was murdered last month, they have brought someone in for questioning in his murder. So hopefully that case will be closed real soon, and someone will be, incarcerated for his murder, and his family can receive some form of justice. Also, one time, my man Meek Mill, he has a brand new chart-topping album called Championship. Well, it seems like Meek Mill has so much music in the vault that he says he might release an album by the end of the year. So we'll just have to wait to see. But one time for Meek, definitely doing his thing. Gotta say one time, my man Tyler Perry, the holiday season is upon us, and Tyler Perry has went into Walmart and spent over $430K in paying off layaways in Walmart, helping people to get their gifts for their family and kids. And I think that's really, really dope. One time for Tyler Perry, definitely doing good, making people dreams and wishes come true during this holiday season. One time, my man Post Malone, he's having an awesome year, and he has been tapped to perform at the Bud Light Super Bowl Fest right here in Atlanta, the first ever 3-day music fest, which is leading up to the Super Bowl right here in Atlanta. So definitely one time for my man Post Malone, Ludacris, and all the others who will be performing. And last but not least, man, I gotta say one time for my man Kevin Hart, who has been locked in to host next year's Oscars. So congratulations to my man Kevin Hart. All right, today is December the 6th. I like to let y'all know about the national holidays, and today is National Microwave Oven Day. All right, again, National Microwave Oven Day. To wait to celebrate National Microwave Oven Day is cook your favorite meal in the microwave tonight, or heat up some of last night's dinner. And if you do it, make sure you hashtag Microwave Oven Day in your social media posts. All right, we've given you national holidays, we've given you birthdays, we've given you celebrity news, we've also given you our amazing sponsors. Now it's time for us to give y'all the good word. And today we have an author making his way back on the show for a second time to let us know about his brand new book. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show, author William Turner. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. It's nice to hear from you again.
It's good that you took the time out of your busy schedule to interview me, and I'm grateful for that.
All right. Well, you know what? Last time we talked, you know what? We're gonna bring them up to speed. But before we talk about the last time you was on the show, for all the people who haven't heard our first interview, let the people know where William Turner is from and what made you decide to become an author.
I'm from Quartz Hill, California, that is north of Los Angeles. And I hadn't always planned on being an author. I was in my first year of college when I had written a paper. And the professor stated it's amazing at the high rate of illiteracy in the United States. I went to Brother Newman and Brother Ward at Calvin Memorial High School in West Roxbury, Massachusetts. And I asked them, what is he telling me? And they looked at the paper and they thought, and then collectively they told me, he's telling you that you don't have any style. And quite naturally, I asked him, I said, how can I acquire style? And they told me I should read murder mysteries because they're quite descriptive. It was a Saturday. I had spent the entire day at Boston's library reading none other than Agatha Christie. I went back to school that Monday and I was all ready. But little did I realize how greatly influenced I had been by reading Agatha Christie. Years later, I had written my first book, A Murder in Our Midst. But before submitting it for publication consideration, I submitted it to Avon Books for talent critique. And the lady told me, I was surprised to even get a talent critique. But at any rate, the lady told me, she says, yes, you do have talent, but do this, this, and this. And I've been following it ever since. That is the genesis of my road to writing mysteries.
All right. So, after you learned that you didn't have any style and you got into murder mysteries, did that make you want to just do murder mysteries, or did that make you want to write in general?
Well, I tell you what, I have started writing murder mysteries, and we are influenced by daily activities. I have drafted, and it's almost completed, my third book, The Corpses Beneath the Tree. And it's another that I had drafted and outlined, The Young Assassin. It's predicated on doing your father's will, your father's bidding, obeying your father. Your father tells you don't do this, don't do that, and you do it. He alters your personality and your outlook to the point that you get to a stage where you can take no more. And it triggers an adverse reaction in the individual. And those would be a departure, The Young Assassin, from the murder genre.
Okay. All right. So look, let's bring the people up to speed a little bit and let them know about your very first novel and a little brief bio on it.
A Murder in a Midst is predicated on a friendship between a Caucasian and an African American. They met at Harvard, and the only thing they had in common was that they both had come from California. Oddly enough, they became inseparable friends. After graduation, the Caucasian went on to work for his billionaire father. The African American became an LAPD officer. But after having been passed over for several promotions that he thought were well-deserved, he resigned and went to England, where he found the same bigotry and prejudice. Although his letters to his friend were cheerful, his friend had come to realize something was wrong. And using the Brabant's international influence, they found out that he was unemployed. So with the same influence, they got him a job with Scotland Yard. He handled some cases, a most delicate case for the Queen of England. And he was knighted. Everything was going quite swimmingly until he received a letter from his Caucasian friend. Please come right away. Someone is trying to kill me and my own family. He drops everything and heads to Pasadena, California, only to arrive too late. His friend was dead. And because of death, as told to him, was suicide. He could not buy that. He knew his friend. They were like umbilical brothers. He says, no, he wouldn't have committed suicide. And then so they said, well, he was suffering from terminal cancer and just couldn't bear it. And he took his own life. He says, again, I don't believe that. All of a sudden, Sir Robert Winchell realizes the family had closed ranks. And he found that unusual because during collegiate breaks, he would spend time at their palatial mansion in Pasadena. They had accepted him as one of their own, and now he's returned to investigate them as potential murderers. During his investigation, he uncovers additional murders, but all with a common motive.
Okay. And how long did it take you to develop this story and write this story?
The idea had come to me, and I hadn't fully fleshed it out. And that is one of the major causes of writer's block, writing prematurely, without the plot, the story, the setting, and all of those things have formed in your mind. And as it was my first murder mystery, my first foray into murder mysteries, was that I didn't know what in the hell I was doing. And it took a little bit longer. But once everything fell into place, it was completed rather quickly.
Okay. And after you completed your first novel, what led you to your second novel? And let us know the title of the second novel and the bio of it.
My friends had dared me to write a romance. And I've never had a riveting romance. And thank God my wife doesn't hear that. She's dead. But the thing to it is that I had this couple in Texas, and I had no idea what to do with them. And I decided to split them up and start anew. The story commences when Tyler Jefferson had graduated, and his affluent family gave him a well-deserved vacation to South America. Once he gets there, he's enjoying himself, and he falls in love with this stunningly beautiful woman. He proposes. She accepts. But she tells him she could not give him any children. But she's amenable to surrogates. It hardly mattered. He married her, and they did have surrogate kids. They returned to Texas. He had local ambitions for political office, state ambitions, and the ultimate one was for the presidency of the United States. He won it. And during that, he went on an economic summit. And when he returned to the United States on Air Force One, they tried to rouse him, thinking that he had fallen asleep because the summit had been exhausting, only to find out that he had been murdered. The government was upset. They brought in Sir Robert Winchell to investigate, to retrace his journey, only to be apprised during his investigation that murders had been committed at Walter Reed Hospital and had gone unsolved. He turned around there and he investigates those murders as well as the president. And what he discovers shocks not only the United States, but the world. The name of the book is Death Comes for the President.
And how long did it take you from writing your first novel, did it take you to write the second novel?
After I had completed the first novel, it was about a month, maybe 2 months, I forget the time frame, that the idea had come to me to write Death Comes for the President. And by the way, I'm sitting back with fingers crossed because I've come to the attention of FX Network, and they requested a script.
All right, now when you say they requested a script, is so that is possibly one of your novels can be on the big screen or the small screen?
I think it is for to be adapted to TV. They have requested a synopsis of the book, and after they had seen that, it piqued their interest, and then they asked for a script. Right. And so I think I have a foot in the door.
Okay. Now, when you say script for the small script for a TV adaptation, which novel would it be for, or would it be a combination of both novels?
I think it's to turn my murder mysteries into a TV series. I think, in all honesty, they really want a script of Death Comes for the President, because it is timely, and please, don't have your listeners thinking that it has anything to do with Donald Trump. It does not. It's a work of fiction. And I think because of the message that they're interested, and it was like a catalyst, because once I had received a stellar review for Death Comes for the President, I'm being carried on Walmart's website and Sears' website and Google's website. So I think it was highly seminal, and someone within the FX network must have read it and was impressed with it. And one of the reviewers on Facebook stated that the government should read it.
Okay. Now, I have a question. Being an independently published author, how hard is it to find publishing, and what's more complicated, the actual writing process or the publishing process?
The publishing process, and that is a very good question. It was seen that the mainstream publishers will not touch you, consider you absent an agent. They tell you to write a query letter telling them what the book is about. It's the hook. And they don't have the staff to look at potential bestsellers or whatever. It's all a matter of who you know to get in it. They might tell you to write a romance. That is what they're looking for. You write one, a riveting one. And during the query letter process, you can write it yourself and be denied. You can hire a professional and still be denied. So the only inference that can be drawn is that it is highly subjective. Is that it depends on the editor's mood that particular day. And it is absolutely not easy. It was a venerable agent in North Carolina, I think. she told me, she says, the most important thing is to get your work before the reading public, for they are the ultimate judges. So you're successful in getting your work out there. But a lot of self-publishers will just publish anything, and the writer is unaware of the damage that they can do. Because if your work is not properly edited, you just have garbage out there. They might buy it, but they will give you a bad review or whatever, or dismiss you. You must have your work edited. You must be amenable to criticism, constructive or destructive. It doesn't matter. You learn from what the reader has said. If they tell you it doesn't make sense, you go back and try to find out why it didn't make sense. You can't be thin-skinned and expect to survive writing. I call it emotional nudity because your talent is on display. And it's like standing up naked. You don't know if they're going to clap, boo, or whatever. But you take your cue from what they say. Because more than likely, the review will have a common thread. I can't identify with this. I can't identify with that. I recall commuting, and a lady on the train had told me, I bought your book. And she says, I can't identify with it. I said, why can't you? She says, well, Rebecca is white. I said, what difference does that make? Rebecca was defending her son. Mexican, African Americans, Indians, Chinese, Japanese, they will protect their child. Now, what couldn't you identify with it? We rode in silence. And it was an eye-opener. But one of my employees asked me a most poignant question, for it was he who told me you have reviews. And with temerity, I accessed and saw the reviews, and they were quite favorable. But the question that he asked me was, are there any Mexicans in it? I said, no. And it started me to think. When certain races are omitted, it's not deliberate. Because you are, as a writer, you are focused on the story, the setting, the plot, all of those things. You're not racially
90 seconds
on who will carry these tasks out. And that made me poignantly aware that I will make sure that I cover as many as possible in my murder mysteries. And I'm ever careful to the point of not denigrating any race, putting them down with nonsense and just out of pure meanness.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Turner, our time is up here. So look, do me one big favor as we close this thing out. Let the people know the name of both your novels and where they can pick them up, and if there's any social media where they can reach you at.
They can, the two books are A Murder in Our Midst. That was the first one that I had written. The second is Death Comes for the President. With Death Comes for the President, you can read the first 3 chapters free and without commitment. And they are available on Amazon.com,
10 seconds,
Barnes & Noble, and all other book outlets. And by the way, Barnes & Noble is running a full-blown ad for for Death Comes for the President.
All right.
And they can reach me at Turner14 _2000 _ 2000 at yahoo.com.
All right, William Turner, thank you for this awesome interview. Thank you for giving the world 2 amazing books, and we'll talk to you on book number 3.
That would be perfect, and thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's author William Turner. Y'all definitely make sure y'all get a copy of one of those books. It's your boy Vic XL. This is the Ridin Durty Show. Got my granddaughter Adrian in the building. Say bye, Adrian. And we up out of here. Peace.